Sora's Seashells by Helena Rhee, illustrated by Stella Lim and Ji-Hyuk Kim. Sora's grandmother, Helena, visited from far away every summer. The day after she arrived, they took the bus to the beach where they combed the shores for seashells together. They found shells with pale pink lines, others with smooth white ridges. Some were as big as Sora's hand and others as tiny as a button. Helena chose the prettiest shell and tucked it into her pocket. On their walk to the bus stop, Helena placed the shell on a bench. "Why did you leave the shell there?" Sora asked. "Can't we take it with us?" "It's a gift," Helena said, "for anyone who sees its beauty." Sora glanced back at the shell. She wanted to take it home, but she followed Helena onto the bus. When they went back to the beach the next day, the shell was gone. "Helena," said Sora, "someone took our shell." "Well, it wasn't ours. It was a gift," Helena said. Sora didn't agree, but she didn't say anything. Instead, she decided to hide some seashells in her pockets when Helena wasn't watching. By the time Helena left, Sora had a jar full of shells. A few weeks later, Sora began kindergarten. Most of the kids were nice, but a few were not. One said, "Your name is weird," and another said, "Are you sure your name isn't Sarah?" Sora tried to ignore them, but her stomach hurt every time. She didn't say anything to her parents. But every week the same kids teased her. One day a call came from far away with sad news about Helena. Sora's parents explained that Helena was never coming back. Sora thought of all the summers ahead without her grandmother. She remembered how Helena would say her name with a soft S and a gently rolled R. She felt sad about everything, including the mean kids at school. All the bottled up tears began flowing. "I want to see Helena," Sora cried. "And I hate my name. I want to be Sarah." Sora's parents looked at her and at each other. Then the three of them went to the beach. They walked down the shore. After a little while, Sora's mother picked up the most beautiful shell. It had pale pink stripes and smooth ridges, just like Helmena's favorites. "Sora means seashell in Korean," her mother said. "Helena always said finding a perfect shell was like receiving a wonderful gift. That's why she suggested we name you Sora." Sora's parents held her close. "You're our special gift, Sora." The next week, Sora brought her jar of seashells to school for show and tell. When she got up to speak, a few kids started giggling. Sora took a deep breath. In a loud, strong voice, she said, "In Korean, Sora means seashell. My grandmother Helena told my parents that I was a gift, just like a perfect shell, and so they named me Sora." Sora gave her teacher a seashell. She gave each of her friends a shell. And then Sora looked at the kids who teased her. Sora gave each of them a beautiful shell. One looked at the shell and said, "Your name makes sense now." Another said, "Yeah, Sora sounds like a superhero name." Sora was so surprised she could hardly speak. "Thanks," she whispered. Sora walked back to her seat. Her jar was almost empty, but she felt like she could fly with the seagulls. That evening, Sora asked her parents to drive her to the beach again. She placed the last shell from her jar on the bench as a gift for anyone who could see its beauty.